Hey guys, what's going on? Zeromata here, bringing you the armor build guide, customization, and commentary. Just like any other build guide, first off, this is a build guide. It's more so a push in the right direction. Hopefully you get something out of it, because it's gonna differ from person to person, playstyle to playstyle. It's up to you, and depends on how you want to play, and determine like how you want to build your armor. So just keep that in mind. Before we really get started though, I want to talk about the thought process, because there's a lot of stuff you want to really consider before you go about making your own set of armor. First off, how do you play? What's your play style? Do you like to use high damage weapons? Do you like to play fast, play slow? Do you like to go for the objectives? Do you like to just straight up kill people? What type of maps do you play? Do you play close quarter maps like Holodeck or Metro? Do you play medium range like Pile Driver, Heavy Metal, Deadlock? Do you play long range like Containment or Vortex? Because ultimately, that's probably the biggest thing, is what maps you like to play. Because what maps you like to play probably dictates what weapons you're going to come across and what you're going to face on those maps. Because I think kind of one of the biggest things you want to really worry about when building your armor is finding something to counter the most commonly used weapon that you'll face on those maps. So kind of as an example, close range maps, you'll probably see a lot of SMGs, TSMGs, BSMGs. Medium range, assault rifle, BFR, AK-470, long range, BAR, CR, AR. Those are just kind of examples. But if I'm just as an example and a baseline for this video, we're going to talk about the AR. AR is probably one of the most commonly used weapons, regardless of the map. So it's probably a good thing to kind of build your armor against. And that's ultimately what we want to do. We want to build our armor to counter the most commonly used weapon that we'll face on whatever maps we play. And since AR is kind of the default weapon, a lot of people use it. It's versatile. People like it a lot. We're going to use this video to talk about that. 55 damage. That's the max damage you can go with an AR, including the damage tag. Most people don't really build it below 50 damage. Usually around 53, 54 is kind of the norm for most people for a high damage AR. You want to build your armor so it'll withstand as many bullets as it can from an AR. If that's the most commonly used weapon that you will fight on any map, then you want to build your armor so it completely takes that out as the most commonly used threat and the most important threat that's out there. So 55 damage, 2 bullets is 110 damage, 3 bullets is 165, 4 bullets is 220, 5 bullets is 275, 250 is the max health cap. I mean, there's also going to be like stuff like data notes and stuff in scenario that may, kind of breach that cap, but we'll kind of take that out from the norm just for now, just to talk about just the basic stuff. So you really can't effectively tank more than 5 bullets from an AR unless it's a headshot, but if it's a headshot you're probably dead in like 2 hits anyways. So first build we have is a 166 health build. It's a speed build. 3 bullets from a high damage area, like I said, it's 165. So you'll be able to tank 3 bullets from a max damage area with this build, and it's still a speed build. So from 165 to 220 health, doesn't matter how much HP you have, you're still gonna die within 4 bullets. Doesn't matter, you're gonna die within 4 bullets. So from 165 to 220, you can make any type of build you want, and you'll die with 4 bullets from an AR. That's something to keep in mind. But for speed build, we have the Allied R97-2, Overmatched Delta I6, Daedalus R2 Skirmisher for the leggings. So 166 health, 6% armor, 6.7 stamina, 9.42 run speed, 77.5 HRV duration, and 9.2 recharge rate. Stats are fine and dandy. Always look at those. But for legs and chest, what's also important is the gear slot items. As you see right here, I only have 3 slot items from a total of 4 as the maximum. That's because your chest piece and your leggings determine how many gear slot items you have. You'll see these circles here. Those determine, okay, does he get 2 out of 2, 1 out of 2, or 0 out of 2 gear slot items from that one piece of armor. So if for instance, if I go to the LS Viper, I lose 1 gear slot item. If I go back to the Skirmisher, which was the boots I was using before, which has 2 full slots, I gain 1. So that's also something to keep in mind. So that's the speed build right there in general. Next build we're going to go for is the the compromise between the speed build and the kind of the tanky build. So we're gonna go for the Foxcat SR7. We're gonna go for the Armcom Break Guard chest plate, and then we're gonna go for the Guardian Colossus RC6. So this is kind of the evolution. If you watch the previous build guide video, we had something called the 222 build. This is kind of the evolution from the 222 build, and it's only 2 HP more than the 222 build. It's a 224, but the kicker is the helmet. Get 2224 health, 10 recharge rate. That's the kicker right there. 10 recharge rate on your build for this specific set. If you go to the Bonebreaker and we go to the 2222 build, 8.0. HRV is probably one of the most important things on Blacklight. Legalized wall hack? Okay, cool. How fast can we make it recharge? 2-point difference with an additional 2 HP with this build compared to the old 222 build. That's the kicker right there. You're getting 2 more points HRV duration with the 2 more health you can tank. And also consider the fact that it takes 4 bullets to hit with a max damage AR for 220 damage. So you'll tank 4 bullets from an AR with this build too. And then last build we have is the kind of the tanky build, 242. We're still going with pretty much the same set of pieces because we really still want that 10 recharge rate. We've got the Foxcat SR7, Overmatch Impact CQT, Guardian Colossus RC6. And like I said, this is kind of up to you, because if you're building your guy mainly for an assault rifle, if you're over 220 health, you're gonna tank up to 5 bullets regardless. I mean, like I said, 5 bullets from an AR is 275. There's really nothing you can do about that because your max health is 250. So it's just ultimately we're building now to consider other weapons like the SMG or the combat rifle or stuff like that. And then that's kind of pretty much it. Just want to make a short and simple build. I wanted to split this apart from the gear section. We'll talk about gear in another video, kind of like what sorts of sets of gear you can use, or kind of gear builds, I guess is the best way of putting them. But that's pretty much it for the armor build guide. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Ultimately, you want to take what I kind of talked about and just apply it to your playstyle, like I said. So if you play containment, you probably want to build your armor in a way that will withstand bar shots. So at least 200 damage from a 200 damage bar, more for Ensign bar, more for nodes and stuff like that. But that's ultimately kind of the main idea to this whole thing. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And thanks for watching as always, guys. Really do appreciate it.